traveler, and I want to talk about pseudo-Islam, okay? There's a lot of people talking crap, with that conscious stuff. They got the Moorish Science Temple, they got 5%ers, they got the Nation. All of those groups have nothing to do with the mainstream religion of Islam. A lot of y'all people don't know what the heck y'all talking about. Okay? First of all, the Nation of Islam as it is today, first of all, the Nation of Islam was debunked, was done away with by, I think Elijah Muhammad died in 1975, I think. And then after he died, his father took over and he abolished the nation and brought them into Orthodox Islam. Farrakhan was a minister under Imam Warfdi Muhammad, and he abolished the nation. What Farrakhan did years after was remake the nation, and it's really just his group. It's not really the Elijah left the nation to his father. To his son. So it's Farrakhan that brought back a lot of that silly stuff. Master Farad Muhammad, big-headed scientists, spaceships, Asiatic black man. That's stuff from the 30s, And even if you would look at them now, they look like they're back in the 30s. What does a bald head and bean pie have to do with Islam? Islam says to grow your beard. Like, what is a bean pie, bald heads, crazy parts in your hair? It has nothing to do with Islam, And, every time something that comes up with Islam, one of these knuckleheads or one of y'all Hotep weirdos come up and say, oh, y'all killed Malcolm. Farrakhan didn't kill Malcolm. Farrakhan was just a minister. He wasn't the leader. And he wasn't even put in that position. A lot of y'all don't know what you're talking about. I was born and raised in Orthodox Islam. My father was in the Nation back when it was the real Nation, back in the 70s, right when Elijah died. And that was the Nation, and they gave up all of those beliefs, and they came into Orthodox Islam. You know what I'm saying? I was raised in Orthodox Islam. Nobody, that FOI and all that stuff, that was done with. What the Nation is now is Farrakhan's movement. Believing in, one time I tried to agree with a Nation guy, and I was like, yeah, my father was there when Elijah passed and, at his funeral. He was like, Elijah Muhammad didn't die. Elijah Muhammad's still alive in a spaceship. That's like you try to agree with somebody and then, oh boy, here it comes with some crazy stuff. In a spaceship flying around. I don't know if they're calling Farrakhan Jesus or something crazy. And the Nation, it doesn't really go by the Quran. If you would listen to him, he talk more about the Bible and Jesus and stuff. That's pseudo-Islam. And the Moors, too, they call themselves Islamic. And they believe in a bunch of crazy, whacked out stuff that has nothing to do with Islam. They're mainly where I think all of this Native American and Egypt is in Memphis goofy stuff is coming from. Where they don't want to call themselves black and they sitting and squatting in people's properties and talking about they sovereign. Man, all you Negroes waiting on the spaceship, slave ship gonna come get y'all niggas and the police. You squatting somebody's goddamn house, you gonna be in trouble. And they don't want to hear that sovereign nonsense too. That's silly. So this is pseudo-Islam that people made up over here. Even 5%ers and all these other groups, they don't even read the Quran like that. They might say they refer to it, but they mainly go by the Bible. You know what I mean? This stuff with the Nation and the bean pies, if they do positive stuff, I'm not just attacking people, but I want to do some straightening. That stuff isn't Islam. There's Orthodox Islam and then the Nation. The Nation is really Farrakhan's movement, and they doing their own thing. Okay, that's Farrakhan. And then the Moors too. There's and then the all these other groups. There's something different. And they're claiming Asiatic. We need to get rid of certain. We might have certain people in the past, scholars, like if you would look at Elijah Muhammad, I think he had like a 6th grade education. So a black person with a 6th grade education in the 30s, you're not going to know much about the rest of the world, as we still don't know much about the rest of the world. The Middle East, North Africa, those places are not black. We're not Asiatic. We need to learn about the transatlantic slave trade, West Africa, learn about Benin, learn about Songhai, learn about Mount Musa, Timbuktu, all of that. That's us. That's where black Americans came from in the transatlantic slave trade. You're not from Egypt. You're not a Hebrew Israelite. No, you're not. You're not Asiatic, and you're not a Moroccan. Okay? Y'all wearing all these costumes, dressing up like an Egyptian, dressing up like a Power Rangers. You look crazy as hell. You talking about you walking around calling yourself gods and queens and queens. It's like a real emotional, therapeutic type of thing that you get to feel good about yourself. But it's time to grow up, man. You human beings, you got issues. There need to be some straightening taken care of. And this pseudo stuff, it's time to drop it. It's time to get cultured. It's time to travel, know what's really going on in the rest of the world. And some of the stuff from the past, you need to leave it alone. It was a mistake. My family, my father went through that experience. You understand what I'm saying? And, you take from it the beneficial thing. Be yourself and accept your own. You do for self. Those are the things you could take from it. But that Asiatic black man, spaceship, and Master Farad Muhammad, you could leave that in the past. His leader, Warf D. Muhammad, dropped a lot of that nonsense. And he said it was the intention of his father. Okay. Let the dead past bury the dead past. Let that stuff go, and it's time to move on, And then we need to deal with real scholarship, real empirical evidence, real logic, and do things that benefit you and get out of your emotions. You are kings and queens. Everybody's not a king and queen. Some people do things better than others, and the situation that we came from in the past was because of mistakes made by kings and queens. To be honest, it's time for us to move forward, and stop getting into emotionalism, to feel good about something and deal with what is. This is the Merchant Traveler. I'm signing off. That's my little message about pseudo stuff. Nation of Islam, Hebrew Israelite, Moors. Nation of Islam, Moorish Science Temple 5%. It's not Orthodox Islam. It's something else. It's pseudo. And we need to get out of pseudo stuff. We got to get out of people giving you bad information. It's time to grow up. Peace. I'm out.